Blackstone Audio presents A Splendid Savage, The Restless Life of Frederick Russell Burnham, by Steve Kemper. This book is read by Peter Berkrot. For my parents, who let their children roam. Prologue. She stood in the doorway of the log cabin, nervously brushing her hair as dusk fell over forest and clearing. She would feel safer tomorrow, when her husband returned with bullets and powder. Her mother's old pewter, lovingly carried to this new country from England, had long since been melted down for slugs. A flicker of movement at the wood's edge caught her eye, then sent her heart racing. Sioux braves, painted for war. She snatched up her infant son and fled toward the cornfield. Not far into it, an awful truth struck her. She could not escape carrying her 15-month-old baby. The braves would run her down and kill them both. She stooped and pushed the infant into a shock of freshly cut stalks. "Don't move or make any noise," she instructed him, "until I come back for you." Then she ran. At the brush line along the creek, she looked back. Some Sioux were entering the cabin. Others had noticed her trail. With chilling howls, they began trotting in her direction, heads tilted to study the ground. She bolted into the cottonwoods. Youth and fear gave her feet wings. When darkness finally obscured her trail, she paused to catch her breath. Above the trees, in the direction of her cabin, the night sky glowed orange. She prayed that the green corn shocks would refuse to burn. Perhaps her child would survive, if he didn't cry out. Later that night, she reached a barricaded cabin 6 miles from her own. At dawn, she rushed back with armed men. They passed the smoking remains of a neighboring cabin. Near it were the scalped and tortured bodies of a man and woman. Their child lay nearby, head cracked open from being swung by the legs against a tree. At her homestead, the timbers were smoldering. She ran to the corn shock and shoved apart its scorched stalks. There lay the boy, calmly gazing up at her with bright blue eyes. It was 1862 on the Minnesota frontier, and the child's name was Frederick Russell Burnham. This was the first in a lifetime of narrow escapes on violent frontiers in the...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?